Hey, you're pretty close to me. Like, is that all right? Of course it's all right, guys, because look, there's power in proximity and power of being close. Now, close with your spouse, but also close with other couples that will promote a healthy marriage. Okay, that's what we want to cover over today in this quick video.
Yeah, so your marriage is only as healthy as the two people in it and the 10 people around it. And we really recognized this during a winter season of our own marriage when we were separated for about a year and a half. And during that time, and we'll go into seasons of your relationship later, but during that time, I was surrounding myself around people who were encouraging us to separate. They were saying, "Oh, you need to leave him, whatever this, whatever that." And they were not bringing us closer together. They were pushing us further apart. And in a time when and this is not me putting blame on other people because I definitely had my own actions to be accountable of, but the importance of having people around you during those seasons of your relationship, because you will have winter, you will have fall, you will have spring, and will have summer in your relationship. You will have times when things aren't going so hot, and it's normal and it will happen. And it matters the people that are around you during that time, and are they bringing you guys closer together? Are they helping you with tools? Are they promoting working things out and, really helping invest in your relationship? Or are they getting in between your relationship? And the moment that you start feeling a certain way, are they coming in and feeding into that, saying, "Oh, yeah, you need to leave him. He's not worth your time." This and that and the other. So it's really important who you have in your circle. And a lot of the times when people get married, they'll tend to just take the same friends from when they were single into when they're married. And so now they have a bunch of single friends who are surrounding their marriage, which is fine. Keep your friends, but making new friends is extremely important. New friends that are in a healthy relationship and that have like similar activities and are where you want to be in your relationship. That is extremely important.
Well, as we start to mature individually and also in our relationship, just like you said, there are going to be different seasons, there's going to be different relationships. And as you start to have what they call oneness with your spouse, and as you realize that, yes, I am now married, I have somebody else in my life, it's really important to, we just talked about this, but to include your spouse, right?
Mhm.
And let's touch on a little bit of that because I think it's important for those out there to also include your spouse in things that you do and really just have that mindset that it's not just me all the time.
Mhm.
That's where a selfish nature and a selfish desire just to do what you want to do at all times, that's what you did when you were single.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's a completely different mindset now that you're married, and it's not a bad mindset. This is something that can be a blessing or it can be a burden. And I don't I don't look at my wife now as a burden. I look at her now as a blessing because it is an accent. Like it helps the marriage and it doesn't hinder the marriage.
Mhm.
So, can you touch on that as well?
Yeah, one thing that Nate is really good at is when he's meeting with people for business or when we're traveling and he's connecting with people constantly, he does a really amazing job of being inclusive. So he doesn't say, "Oh, I'm going to go meet up with so and so and I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that." He doesn't, when he travels for work or whatever, he doesn't do it by himself, and this might not work for everybody, but he's very inclusive as much as he can be of making it something that we are doing together. If he's
Mhm.
going to travel, it becomes something that we're doing together and going and seeing a new place. If he's going to meet up with somebody who he knows has is in a relationship or married or whatever, we go together, and it's something that encourages other people then that we're connecting with to bring their partner as well, because I think a lot of the time we get caught up in doing things individually, and that's
Yeah.
where we used to be. We
Yeah.
used to be constantly doing things individually. These are my hobbies. This is what I like to do. This is what I'm going to do. And now we do a lot of things together in oneness, and We bring our own, even if it's something that I'm not as excited about or him, we do it with the other person. And I think that's really important, sharing those hobbies, sharing that time, and finding other couples, especially that can also share those hobbies together.
Well, I think it's important to, truly get to know your spouse. We have some other videos to talk about that, but then also being their number one fan and supporter of whatever their goals and dreams are in life, right? And part of that is including them also in your goals and dreams, and they can see where you're going. And just like she's saying, if I have meetings to go to, or I don't want to exclude her because I know that she is in this life with me. I know we're building a life together. So, why would I start creating a life separate from our marriage only to come back and just put everything into compartments? And I'm truly I'm your biggest fan, so that's why I love to have you around.
Okay, so
But
bringing
yeah.
this back to the topic of proximity to others, like we were saying, it's extremely important and it can feel really unnatural at first to constantly, especially going from being single to, now you're married and
Mhm.
doing everything together, or not everything. It's important to have your own things as well. But more importantly, going out of your way to make new relationships with other couples. This is so important because when you do go through tough times, it will change the way that you look at your relationship. Rather than you looking backwards at, okay, well, it was so much easier when I was single, now you have more resources of how are other married couples or relationships navigating this season, and you have more people pouring wisdom into you. It's extremely important, and more diversity in a few ways that we personally,
Yep.
we really do go out of our way to meet other couples. And it's like I said, if you're just keeping the same friends that you've always had, you're not going to really grow very much together. But if you're going out of your way to make new friendships that are other relationships, that can be really powerful for your relationship and theirs. And a couple ways that we do that, we've met a lot of couples going to marriage retreats. So we've been to multiple marriage retreats since we started really coming back together and building our relationship. And it's such a beautiful place to meet other couples because they are also actively working on their relationship. And that's a huge key component that you want, because you don't want people who don't value their relationship very much. You don't want those people around you. You want people who are actively working on their relationship. Surround yourself with those people. You want to meet people who have similar hobbies. So go out of your way to find different, couples doing different meetups and different groups that you can do to meet other couples that enjoy similar things. We really like the outdoors activities. We really like business, entrepreneurship. We're really, passionate about our faith. So church is another place we can meet couples.
Mm.
And then of course the Power Couple Toolbox, which is this amazing online community of couples, and just going out of your way to meet new people. It can be hard, it can be weird at first, but it can make all the difference in your
I
relationship.
mean, intentionality is the way that we live, and it's the way that we challenge you to live as well. So, guys, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe, and in addition to that, go to the Power Couples Toolbox. It's a free group that's on Facebook to help you guys get started. And, we're excited to seeing you in another video.